Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wa salatu wa salam ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in amma ba'd. So we're going to look at the importance of Usool al Fiqh with regards to understanding the religion as a whole, which obviously does give us a deep understanding of the fiqh itself. But where does Usool al Fiqh, where's it derived from? What is it derived from? And there's three things, right? So it's going to be from the Aqidah, Ilm al-Kalam. It's going to be from the Arabiya, the Arabic language, and it's going to be from the Ahkam or al-Fiqh. And you already see right away that the innovators can never really be successful in this knowledge because their Aqidah has a lot of problems with regards to Tajsim and other innovations. And they generally don't really study Arabic. And if they need to study Arabic, they go through the books of Ahlu Sunnah wal Jama'ah. And then with regards to Al-Ahkam, I mean, they study books, just like comparative fiqh or whatever it might be without actually going through the madahib. And if they do, they don't really, follow it or take it seriously. So you find that their concept of fiqh is not correct at all. So one, of course, will study Usool al Fiqh according to a madhab. Obviously, one, you might see many kind of generally study al-waraqat at the beginning, which the three schools might be able to benefit from. But at the end of the day, though, al-waraqat is catered towards the Shafi'i school in usul. Even if they say that there's the mutakallimin, which are the Shafi'i, Maliki, and the Hanabila, versus what they might call the fuqaha, the Hanafiyah. This has been said, but when you actually look into it, you see that the Malikiyah have just a different usul. If you even compare it just to the Shafi'iyah, the Malikiyah generally take qawl al-sahabi, for example, contrary to the Shafi'iyah. And they take istihsan and masalih al-mursala and sadd al-dhara'i and mura'at al-khilaf and amal al-Madina, of course, right? So generally the Shafi'iyya don't take those as an asl in their usul, even if they might take it here and there. So there's a pretty big difference in the usul, even just in defining things. So that's why it's important that one, and with regards to al-waraqat, obviously we have like the explanation of Imam al-Hattab, for example. But the Maliki curriculum, you might generally study like Isal al-Salik, for example, with al-Khulasa, Masjid Abdul Qadir al-Fasi, for example, kind of starting out. But that's kind of something to consider when you study usul. You need to study it according to a madhab. And then, of course, later you can kind of branch out and you can study these other types of texts like Jam' al-Jawami, which is pretty famous. Obviously, it's by a Shafi'i, a great Shafi'i, Imam al-Subki, rahimahullah. But yes, that's something to consider. And of course, where he talked about where the science came from. And you find the innovators, they say things like, the Usool al Fiqh according to Ahlu Sunnah, which is funny because they're referring to the Salafiyya, the Wahhabiyya, these innovators, and of course the real Ahlu Sunnah, which they tried to hijack. They have bid'ah and they have kalam and things like that apparently. So they'll study, for example, al-waraqat and say that's sufficient for the student, and sufficient for ijtihad, really. Or like al-usul bin ilm al-usul or by Imam, can't even call him Imam, we don't consider him to be a scholar, but Imam for them, Ibn Uthaymeen, rahimahullah. Of course, we make dua for them. We want Jannah for all the Muslim. Allah, forgive them for their shortcomings and forgive us. But Usool al Fiqh is obviously a crucial religion. Not even just studying fiqh, but studying the religion as a whole, because it gives you these tools with regards to understanding the different texts, the different sciences. So Usool al Fiqh is definitely a must, and everyone should look to study it, of course, on the traditional way, of course, and not this kind of crazy type way that we see today. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows best. Wa sallallahu ala Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in.